Rudy Giuliani is in massive trouble, and there's new evidence in the Rudy investigation as it pertains to the Ukraine, which absolutely screws him, at least in my opinion. Check this clip out.
So at the time, Rudy Giuliani is the president's friend, associate, sometime lawyer. He has no role with the State Department, but was he also affecting policy?
Well, from our side, it seemed that was the case, unfortunately. I mean, even the title changed throughout the phone calls. So he began the conversation by introducing himself as President Trump's personal lawyer. But then in the middle of the conversation, he already became his advisor and friend. And towards the end of the conversation, he was pretty much going in parallel with Kurt Volker, saying that, like, okay, well, feel free to talk to President Trump about calling President Zelensky. I'll talk to him as well, and so on and so forth. So we were under the impression that he was up there in terms of forming policy towards Ukraine.
And so that was a former advisor and aide to the Ukrainian president who was there when Rudy Giuliani made a call to the Ukrainian leadership, basically saying, I'm not just Trump's lawyer, I'm not just Trump's friend, but I'm basically speaking on behalf of Trump and the United States in a foreign policy capacity, and I want you to dig up dirt on Joe Biden and anything to do with Joe Biden and the Biden family and the Democrats that could help me and Donald Trump in the 2020 election. And if it's not made clear enough by that clip, that same aide did an interview with CNN last night, and the basic gist of it was very similar. And I have it highlighted up here on the screen, that when push came to shove, Rudy Giuliani, acting on Trump's behalf, called Ukrainian officials and asked for any sort of information they had that could be used to hurt Joe Biden in the run-up to the 2020 election. Because, of course, at that time, it was becoming clear that it would be Trump versus Biden. And, Donald Trump wanted any edge he could get, legal or illegal. In this case, certainly illegal and certainly immoral. And right, like this official says this was very concerning because you have a guy who's not a State Department official basically doing U.S. diplomatic calls, and the sort of thing he was asking for was effectively blackmailing the Ukraine and doing so in a way that could hurt that country's national security. Right, like Rudy Giuliani is absolutely screwed here. And it actually puts Trump in a lot of trouble too, because it basically shows that Rudy Giuliani did what he's being investigated for, that he called Ukrainian officials and tried to blackmail them to dig up dirt on Trump's political opponent, or they wouldn't get the help that they wanted. And he was doing it on Trump's behest. Trump was asking Rudy to make this illegal call, this immoral call, this shady call to the Ukraine. And so Rudy's absolutely done, guys. And as we've been talking about, he's been begging Trump to pay his legal bills. Some new reporting this morning from the Daily Beast shows that Rudy Giuliani has to lay off staff. He's been laying off staff. He's been cutting down on his entourage. He's getting all these lawsuits, criminal and civil. Can't afford to pay him. Just in massive trouble, all because at the end of the day, he did crimes for Donald Trump and never even got paid to do those crimes. This is a lesson in loyalty. Never be loyal to the Donald. It will never, ever pay off. But now the real question is, will Rudy learn his lesson? A lot of people are saying, can Rudy flip on Donald Trump? Is there anything he can dig up for dirt on Donald Trump that could give him a lesser sentence, that could keep him out of jail, that could let him keep his law license, that could cut down on some of the lawsuits? We don't know, but I know this, that if Donald Trump isn't going to pay his legal fees, the chances of Rudy flipping on him are that much higher.